So you all had a great discussion regarding that first week's topic of the impact of technology. I read a lot of good things, references to lynda.com, which is a great tool. And by the way, some library branches offer free access to lynda.com with the library card, so that might be worth checking out. But talking about how apps have been used in daycares now to help keep an eye on kids and make parents feel safe about those things. One of the things I think with technology, and this is part of what we're getting into with this new assignment, is are we utilizing technology to the best of our extent, or have we just spent the last 100 years perfecting the chalkboard? Somebody kind of discussed the history in that discussion of things we've been doing. And one of the things I fear is that whether we have a smart board, a projector, Chromebooks in front of the class, are we still just having kids do the worksheet that they did 30 years ago? Now we're just doing it digitally. I don't think that's where technology in education is meant to go. I think it's more aimed at utilizing things like Web 2.0 tools, which is what you're going to dive into here in this course.
So I can tell you, both personally and professionally, I have switched over to using all of the Google Drive tools instead of the PowerPoints or the keynotes. Are there some more features in those when you can do some more sophisticated things? Yeah, there are. But for 95% of what we need to do, I like being able to sit down at any computer, any device, anywhere, and be able to access all my stuff and even create something new if I want. So once you navigate to Google Drive, drive.google.com, you will see this big blue new button in the corner. If you click that, your option towards the bottom is a new Google Slides. So I'm going to click on a new Google slideshow, and here is where this pops up, and this is very, very similar to what you're used to seeing in any kind of a presentation software. Just something to always get in the habit. I always teach my students this, and my teachers, is title your presentation first thing. That goes for any Google tool, doc, sheet, because what you'll find is your kiddos are going to end up having 10, 20, 30, 100 untitled presentations or untitled documents. Since Drive does allow you to do that, that's what's going to happen to them, and then they have a hard time finding it. So just get in the habit of right away, go ahead and give that a title. You can see here that Google has presented me with my themes. So this is nice because it's very easy. Again, are these limited? Yeah, they're somewhat limited, but let's go ahead. We'll just click this theme right here, and now you can see I have the theme embedded here, and I can come down here. If my plus button, here are all of my different types of slides. So we have section headers. Here's my columns, and all I'm going to do is click to add text. Of course, you can put bullets in wherever you would like, and then you can type anywhere you need to. Okay. You can obviously, this changed the font to what it was for this. Source Code Pro is what Google has chosen for this, but feel free to go grab a different font if you like. So a couple of things that people run into. So insert. Let me do insert images or something people like to use a lot. When you do an image, you can upload, you can take a snapshot, you can put in a link. One of the things I do like is I like the search tool here, and I'll show you why. So if we're going to search for, we'll do baseball. Notice what you see here. Results shown are labeled for commercial reuse with modification. So Google has already sorted images that are labeled for reuse. So we're always teaching. We're teaching kids about what does copyright mean? Why do you have to cite your materials? So you can grab images from Google. Of course, I always encourage you to utilize your own images. So take screenshots. If you're on a Windows computer, you can hit your start menu and you can search for what they call the snipping tool. Right there, snipping tool. Great way to take a screenshot. Chromebooks have a key command that you can use to take screenshots, as do Macs. I believe Command Shift F4, maybe something like that. Command Shift 4 on a Mac, if I remember correctly. So any kind of computer has screenshots built in. So, while you're going through this multimedia project, feel free to take screenshots, maybe do a screen recording like I'm doing of that demo. Put in the actual usage that you're going to do, how you use that tool. Something I do also like, in Google is utilizing shapes. Come in, because here you can literally make whatever you want. So here, if you need the rounded rectangle up here, we can put it up there. We can color it however we want, and all shapes automatically have text. So it's very convenient to be able to just throw that up there if that's going to help you. Draw an arrow to it. You can draw arrows to things. So it's really pretty easy to use and put on exactly what you want to put on in a Google slideshow. Of course, one of the other major helpful things is the share button. Just like everything else, this can be collaborative. You can share it with a link, and you can get those things done right there. So that was just a real quick overview of what Google Slides looks like. So definitely use this. I am going to ask that you use this and not PowerPoint or Keynote. I would like you to dive into Google and really make the most of this. Get used to using it. This is the way education's going. Many schools, mine included, I think now I have like 10 carts of Chromebooks. We're not quite one-to-one, but every team has Chromebooks ready for students to use. So I think it's important for teachers to use what their kids are going to be using. So tackle this, utilize what you've learned about Web 2.0 and whatever Web 2.0 tool you choose, find a way to incorporate it into this presentation in your Google Slides.